welcome everybody to Wednesday Night Yin. We're starting on our back. Everybody in the studio is already there. If you're watching at home, come join us. I know what I just did, but I'm trying to make it lighter. There we go. You're just going to take your first few moments here. Allow yourself to arrive. It's Yin tonight. So we need to control our breath the same way we do when we're flowing. Right? We're going to hold the poses longer. You still want to be aware of your breath. Use your breath. We're not moving as much. It doesn't have to match our movements, right? But you've got to bring that awareness to it. Start to notice what it's doing. Start to understand the rhythm of it. Let your breath guide you and ground you to your mat. Become fully present to it. Let all those distractions out. There's been so many these last couple days. Let it all go. Let yourself just be fully present to this moment, to this practice. Ready to start moving here. You're just going to take your knees, hug them in to your chest. We're just going to do some lumbar circles as we start out. Let your knees go over to the right. Push them away from your body, bring them to the left, hug them back in. Circle around. Stimulate that spine a little bit, wake it up. Take 3 or 4 more circles, just like this. And come to a stop here. Now we're going to go the other way. Take your knees over to the left, push them away. Bring them to the right, and then bring them back in. Same circle, just going the opposite way. Should feel good. A little spinal massage, kind of like a happy baby. Do a couple more here. Let your knees hook all the way into your chest again. This time, you're just going to keep that right knee hugged into your chest. Take that left leg, extend it long. And we're just going to hold right here for a breath or two, right? Really press that left heel down to the mat, press that left thigh down to the mat. Angle that right knee slightly toward your right armpit. Go ahead and use a little strength in your arms to pull that knee in tight. It'll start to open your hip flexors on both sides. That's the beauty of Yin, right? Just in these simple poses, we can get that release, that surrender that we need from our bodies. When you're ready, here, keep that knee hugged in, right? Maybe you loosen your grip just a little bit. But start to circle that right ankle around, right? It doesn't matter which direction you're going at first. Start to draw little circles in front of you with your foot. Getting that ankle joint to move. 3 or 4 more circles this way. And then start to circle the opposite way. Stop here. Now all I want you to do is just point those toes, those right toes towards the front of the room, right? And then flex your right foot all the way. Push that heel forward, right? Point the toes as far forward as you can. Press the heel as far forward as you can. Do that a few more times. And then come to a stop here. Now you're still hugging your right knee in. What we're going to do, you're going to take your left knee, bend into your left knee, and just plant that left foot on the floor, right? And then take your right ankle, just put it right on the left knee. And first, just stay right here, right? On that figure 4. Now let your left hand rest at your side, or maybe take it out in the T position. And then take your right hand and just press into that right knee. Right, so you're trying to push that right knee a little bit further away from you. If you need to move your left foot further in before you feel anything, go for it. If you need to move that left foot further away, adjust it for you here. About 5 more breaths. Now, from here, we're going to let both legs fall to the right, to the left. We kind of did this Monday night, those of you who are here, which is most of you, right? We're going to drop those knees over. So you want that right foot to land on the ground, right? But now instead of taking that right hand and pushing the knee open, instead you're going to take that right hand, let it go out long, take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, right? And just pull the right knee down. So you're coming up onto the inside edge of your right foot, right? So you don't have to keep that right foot planted. Just pull the right knee down. You start to feel that opening through your right hip. Right? Everything we do tonight, by the way, meant to open the hips a little bit, hip flexors. You'll feel really good when you leave here tonight. Now from here, use that right foot to draw that left knee back up. So coming back up to that figure four position. Now from here, for a few breaths, we're gonna do a full eye of the needle. So you're gonna pick your left foot up off the floor and just start to draw your left leg towards you. Right? You can wrap both hands around that left thigh. Right hand to the inside of your left thigh, left hand to the outside of the left thigh. You can drop your heel down, wrap your hands around your shin, right? Whatever feels good to you. You can take that left leg, kick it up to the sky, or you can keep it bent. Maybe you use your right elbow to push that right knee out a little bit more. Right? Here, the more you pull the left leg into your body, and the more you're going to feel that sensation in your right hip. It should be a slightly different stretch than you got when your legs were down and you pulled that knee down, right? You're still feeling it in the hips, the glutes, but in a different part. Let's hold for 5 more breaths here. Now, what I want you to do here, keep your left leg up in the air, right? But you're going to release behind your left leg or around your left shin, wherever you were grabbing. Now slide that right leg all the way over so that you're crossing at the knees, right? It's like you're sitting in a chair at the movie theater, only you're lying on your back instead, right? Now, as your knees bend, you're going to reach up, you're going to grab your right ankle with your left hand, grab your left ankle with your right hand. Right? And then you're going to pull those knees closer towards you. As you do that, pull your ankles out to the side, so further away from you, right? So you're just trying to press those knees into your chest. If you don't get all the way into your chest, it's okay, right? Find your spot. Couple more breaths here. And you're going to release your ankles, right? Let your left foot flow back down to the floor. Then just take your right foot off. Now you're just going to put your right foot down on the floor next to it. And then come back to where we were at the beginning. Take both knees, hug them into your chest, right? Get nice and tight. This time all I want you to do is just rock from side to side a little bit. So you're making those circles. You're just going back and forth, east to west. All right, now release your legs here. Let them float back down to the mat. Now from here, take your right leg this time, extend it all the way long. And we start out just by hugging that left knee into the chest, nice and tight. And push your right heel into the mat, push your right thigh bone into the mat, angle that left leg slightly towards your left armpit. Hold right here. First moment, letting those hip flexors start to open up. Now from here, bend in to your left knee, or sorry, right knee. Oh wait, sorry, keep that right leg extended. We didn't do our ankle circles yet. So we're gonna circle the left ankle first, right? Just like we did with the right. Circle around. No matter which direction you go first, move that ankle joint. I feel it in this ankle all the way. I did not in the other, right? But that's the information that Yin can give you about your body. Right? Where are you feeling it more? What sides are tender? What body parts are tender, right? Now circle the other way. See how that feels? Maybe it feels the same. Maybe it feels different. Go in the opposite direction. Again, just information for you to have to build that body awareness. All right, now come to a stop here. We're going to point and flex that left foot, right? So you're going to point your toes as much as you can towards the front of the room, and then flex your foot, push your heel towards the front of the room. And just do that a few times. Point and flex. Point and flex. All right, now come to a stop. Now we're going to pull that right knee up. Put your right foot on the ground. And then just let your left ankle come on top of your right knee. Let that left knee fall open. Right. And then from here, you're going to take your right arm out to a T, and you're just going to take your left hand, press into that left knee, right? Push it away from your body. Again, if you want to feel it more, maybe you step that right foot in a little closer to your body. If you need to back it off, maybe you take it further away. You want to get that sensation going. Left hip flexor, left inner thigh. Just going to hold for 4 or 5 breaths here. From here, take that left hand, it's going to go out to a T. You're going to let both legs fall over to the right now so that your left foot comes flat to the ground, right? But then you're going to take your right hand, grab onto the outside of your left knee, and start to pull that left knee towards the ground. So you're coming up onto the edge, the inside edge of your left foot. Right? You're looking over your left shoulder. You're feeling it right in that left hip. Now from here, release that left knee. Now you're going to pull your legs back up. right? And this time, you're gonna pick up that right foot. Start to bring your right leg towards you. Take your hands, you can slide that left hand to the inside of your right thigh, right hand to the outside of your right thigh. Start to pull that right leg in a little closer. If you'd rather drop your right heel to your right glute and grab around your shin, do that. If you'd rather kick your right leg up to the sky, you can do that. Think of your right leg like that lever, right? The more you pull it towards your body, the more you're gonna feel that sensation in your left hip. So find your appropriate level here. Just enough that you know you don't want to hang out here all night long, but not so much that you can't stay here for a minute or so. Now you're going to release behind your right leg, but keep those legs up in the air, right? You're going to slide your left knee over so that your left knee's on top of your right, taking those ankles out to the sides. And start to pull your knees in towards you. You're going to grab your left ankle with your right hand, grab your right ankle with your left hand, and just keep pulling those knees in towards your body. The ankles are pulling away from your body, right? So as you pull those knees in as close as you can, and pulling those ankles as far away as you can, the more you pull the knees in and the ankles out, the more you're going to feel it. And again, just like anything else we do with the hips, if you need to back it off, you can. Relax it a little bit, let your ankles come closer, and let your knees go further away. Take about 4 more breaths here. And then just let your legs release, right? Take that right foot, float it back down to the mat. And then take the left foot to join it. As we do here this time, right, you're going to keep your feet on the ground. Just toe heel them out so that your pinky toes are lined up with the edges of your mat. You can take your arms out, both arms out to a T now, right? And we're just going to windshield wiper back and forth. So go back and forth a couple times. Should feel good. Releasing any leftover tension. Eventually we'll come to a stop here. Right, take your knees, hug them into your chest. Take your hands here to the crease of your knees. Just rock yourself up to a seated position. And then we're going to come around into a tabletop. Right, so that's a hands, knees pose. If you feel like you need a blanket under your knees when you're in tabletop, maybe you want to put that there now, right? We're going to do a little bit of work sometimes on our knees. Get your shoulders over your wrists. Your hips right over your knees. We're gonna do a couple cat-cows at first, right? Work on the spine a little bit. So you're gonna tilt your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop, and that's your cow. And then from there, tuck your chin to your chest. You round your back, you pull out your armpits. That's your cat. So just keep moving here. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. Move with your own rhythm. Going as fast or slow as your body wants to go. Let's take a few more rounds though, wherever you are, whatever speed you're at. Eventually, we're going to meet back in this neutral tabletop. Now, we're going to turn sideways here so everybody can see me. Right, you know, go the other way. All right, here's what we're going to do. Right, you're going to take your left knee and you're going to lift it up. And then you're going to take your left knee, put it outside your right knee. So now you're here. Right, and then from there, start to move your ankles as far away from each other as you can. And then what we're going to do once we're there, right, you can try this. If it feels like it's not going to work, you don't have to do it, right? But you're going to walk your hands back, push yourself down. So you're going to land with your glutes in between your heels. And your right knee, if I did this right, stacked on top of the left. Now, if you got to a place that feels okay here, then you can stay right here. I'm going to flip around and face forward again in a second, right? If this doesn't feel okay to you, right, you have other options. You can take that right foot and just plant it outside the left thigh and you'll look like this, or you can come to easy sit just with your right foot in front of your left, right? So those are all your different options. You can come to the full, we call this cow face, right, with your knees stacked, heels on either side of your hips. You can come and plant your left foot so that your right foot, so your right knee is going up to the sky, or you can come to easy sit with your right leg forward, right? Now right now, all we're gonna do, right, you're gonna leave your legs where they are, take your hands up to the sky. Lengthen out, right? And then take your right hand, pat yourself on the back with it. Let your right elbow go up to the sky. Take your left hand, just reach it straight out to the left, right? Now turn your left palm so that your left thumb is towards the ground, and the back of your palm is facing the back wall. The back of your hand is facing forward. Now bend into your left elbow, right? And bring your left fingertips to your left waist. And then just keep sliding those left fingertips up your back. Maybe you can make a connection with your fingers, right? I'm gonna flip around here. So maybe you can see as I do this, right? So maybe your fingers connect, maybe they don't, right? If they don't, maybe you're down here. Right? Well, the key here is that you want to keep that right elbow going straight up to the sky, right? So don't focus so much on did I connect my fingertips or not, right? Just get them in position. If we were gonna do this right, I'd give everybody a strap and we'd hold this for a really long time. Now we're not gonna hold it for a long time. I just want you to go here for a few breaths. Right? So you get that sensation in your right tricep, in your arms. You're opening up a little bit. Now if it feels okay, you can start to lean forward here. If it doesn't feel okay, don't lean forward. You can sit up tall. Take 3 breaths. Whether you're leaning forward or sitting up tall. And then slowly come back up. As we come all the way back up, right now you're going to release your hands. First, just put them on your ankles, right? So opposite hand goes on opposite ankle. Right, your legs are still crossed. Right, and then take your hands, just bring them right in front of your knees. Right, lengthen out your spine here, bring the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And then from there, see if you can really just drape yourself over that right leg. You can walk your hands a little bit further forward. Now maybe you have your right foot planted, right? You're just pressing your belly up against that right thigh, right? Or maybe you're in easy sit and you're just walking yourself down, your belly's not gonna touch your leg at all. Right? Maybe you're in the full cow face pose, and you can lean all the way forward to the chin over your right knee. And this will be all different variations of that. Find what works for you. You should feel this in your hips, you feel pull in your hips, but especially in your right hip, the top one. As long as you're feeling that, whatever you're doing is right. yourself, come back up here. And when you're sitting up tall again, I just want you to unwind your legs and take them straight in front of you. So like this. Now you can keep your hands on your legs, you can take them to your sides. You're just gonna kind of patty cake your legs, right? So bend your knees a little bit, back and forth. Should feel good. Now, once we're there, we're gonna come to a stop. You're gonna come around, we're gonna go back into tabletop, right? So we're gonna do those poses on the other side. Right, now if you already know what we did before to get into to get from tabletop into shoelacing work for you, then you don't have to do it again, right? Maybe it will be different on this side though. Right, pay attention to your body, you'll know. This time we've got to pick the right leg up. So I'm gonna come this way. We're gonna pick the right leg up and take it outside the left knee. Right, so you're putting your right knee outside your left knee, and then you're taking your legs as far apart as you can, or your ankles I should say, as far apart as you can. Walk yourself back. See if you can sit down right in between your heels. So you end up this time with your left knee stacked on top of the right. And again, it's gonna be different on this side, maybe, right? Maybe it feels a lot easier to get into, maybe it feels harder. Now, wherever you ended up here, right, maybe you need to take that left foot and plant it on the mat. It looks like this. Or maybe you just need to come to easy sit and you've got that left leg in front and it looks like this, right? These are all good options. Find where you can comfortably hang out, right? Because you know what we're gonna do first? We're gonna come into that arm stretch. So you're gonna take your arms out, no, take them up high, sorry, not out to a T. It's like we're doing weight class or something, right? And then you're gonna bend into, this time, your left elbow and just pat yourself on the back. So you've got that left elbow going up to the ceiling. Take your right arm, reach it out long, and flip the palm. So you want that right thumb going towards the ground, that right palm going towards the back of the room. This just maximizes your range of motion, whatever it is, right? By doing this little twist here. So then you bend into your right elbow, bring your fingertips right to your right waist, and then start to slide them up. Maybe you touch your fingertips here, maybe easier on this side than on the other side. Harder for me, that's okay, right? The key here is to keep that left elbow pointed straight up towards the ceiling. And then if you want to, right, if you're not feeling enough, maybe you lean forward a little bit here. If we're leaning forward, we got to keep that left elbow pointed forward, right? You don't let the left elbow collapse down. It's not this, right? It's still going forward. Take about 3 breaths here. If it feels like too much to lean forward, you can just come back up. And then when you're ready, just release your hands, drop them down, stops and ankles, right? Let your arms relax. Now from here, we're gonna bring our hands in front of the knees, and now you're walking it out. Put your belly down on your left thigh if you're in cow pose like me. Right? You're trying to put that belly on the left thigh, bring your chin in front of your left knee. Maybe you don't get that far, right? You might look like this. That's okay. Maybe you've got that left foot planted and you just push your belly into your left thigh, look like this. Maybe you're in easy sit. And it's like that stretch we always do at the beginning of class, right? You're just walking it forward as far forward as you can, keeping both cheeks on the ground. So find your spot. Just feel this deeply in your hips. Let yourself hang out here for another minute or so. Slowly walk back up. Right. And then we're gonna unwind our legs again. Take them straight out in front of you. And just come out a little bit again, just like we did before. All right, now from here, we're gonna come back into tabletop. We're gonna do something a little different though. So again, if you need that blanket under your knees, keep it there. We're gonna come, what we're gonna do is come into a runner's lunge. So we're gonna come with our right foot forward at first. So you're here in tabletop. Just take your right foot, step it all the way out to the right. Take your right hand, wrap it around behind your back, and then take your right foot, step it next to your left hand. Right? And then drop your right hand down. Now, you wanna get two things here, right? You wanna get that left knee back behind your left hip. So sometimes you gotta tuck your toes under and literally move that left knee back, right? So that you're not right on top of the kneecap. And then you're gonna move both hands to the inside of your right foot, like this. Right? Now, take your right toes and turn them out to the right. So you're right here. Now, you can come up off the knife edge of your right foot. So I'm on the outside edge of my foot, right? So the sole of my right foot is starting to go towards the front of the room. If that doesn't feel great, maybe you keep your foot flat, that's okay. But turn those toes out either way. Take your right hand and just reach it forward and then just reach it all the way back behind you. So your chest is starting to open towards the right side of the room. Now you don't have to keep that right hand reaching, right? You can drop it down. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I drop it down to my right glute, or I can wrap it around behind my back. You see my fingertips hanging out there because it's wrapped behind my back, right? Let it relax, but you want to reach back, put it back behind you. So your chest is twisting open toward the right side of the room, right? That right knee is falling open. You're up on the knife edge of your foot. You got that foot flat on the ground. You don't have to hold here for a super long time. I know it's probably hard on your left arm. Just hold it for 4 more breaths. And then whatever you did with that right hand, right, you're gonna rainbow it around, drop it back down inside your right foot. Push yourself back so now everybody's down with the sole of their right foot on the ground. And then turn your right toes back towards the front of the room. Now from here, right, keep your hands planted. Just push back. Coming into a half pyramid here. So you're letting the toes on your right foot flip up off the mat. Your hands stay on the inside of your right foot. So it's a little bit different stretch here. Right? We're still in a half pyramid, but it's a little different with both hands on the inside. We're not staying here for a super long time. Long enough, you should feel this in your right hamstring. Now you can move your hands back, all the way back by your left knee maybe. Maybe they're about halfway in between. Maybe they stay up by your right foot. Whatever feels good to you. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Now, bend back into your right knee, bring it all the way back into runner's lunge. All right, now from here, you're gonna take your right hand back outside your right foot, but what I want you to do, we're gonna come into pigeon. I'll give you the opportunity to turn it into deer if you want to, right? But you're gonna walk that right foot now across towards your left hand, right? Let yourself lean to the right so that your right knee comes down to the ground. Then bring both hands there in front of your right shin. Now, if you're coming into full pigeon, right? My mat here, there we go. You're gonna tuck your left toes under. Start to walk that left knee back. You wanna drop your left hip towards your right heel. And once you get there, push up, maybe lower down to your forearms, maybe lower all the way down to your chest, right? That's pigeon. Now, if you don't love pigeon, right, what you're gonna do is keep leaning to the right so that your right hip comes all the way down. Then you're gonna bend into your left knee. Bring your left knee against the sole of your right foot. Then find the line of your right shin, between your right knee and your right ankle. Bring your hands in front of that right shin and just walk it forward here. Maybe you just come a little bit forward, maybe you're down on your forearms, maybe you're down on your chest or your head, right? So you can be in pigeon, you can be in deer, you can be up on your palms, you can be all the way down to your chest. Find the level that works for you. 4 more breaths here. Then, if you're not already on your palms, I want you to come to your palms. Now you can stay where you are, otherwise, right, with a pigeon or deer, right, but just push into that palms. Push into your palms. Really push like you're trying to push your chest through your shoulders. Take your chin and your gaze up to the sky. So we're opening up those hip flexors a little bit more when we do this, right? And then from there, let yourself relax. Everybody's gonna lean over to the right so that your right hip comes down to the ground. And then bring your left leg forward, right? We're gonna make our way back into tabletop. Right, once you're in tabletop, move that right leg around just a little bit, right? You can extend it long behind you and press to that heel. All right, open up the knee. Maybe you do those fire hydrant circles if you feel like you need to get that blood flow back in the hip, right? Just make sure your right leg's feeling good again. And then we're gonna go on and we're gonna do all those poses that we just did on the right side, on the left side. All right, so here we are in our tabletop. Nelson, I forgot what we did first. We did the dragon, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so shoulders like yes, we did. Did we do dragon first, or did we do the twist first?
Dragon and then
all right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take your left foot, step it out to the left, right? Wrap that left hand around your back, and then you're gonna step your right foot or left foot next to your right hand, the boot, right? Now you're taking your left hand down. Before you move your left hand to the inside of your left foot, make sure that you bring your right knee. You might have to move it so that it's back behind your right hip, right? This is key here. You don't want to be right on top of that right knee. A, it's back to the kneecap, and B, it lets our hip open more when we push that knee back a little further. All right, then bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. All right, turn your left toes all the way to the left. All right, now you can lean, you can come up on the knife edge of that left foot. You can let that left foot stay flat to the floor. Right, but you're gonna put your weight into your right hand. Left hand's just gonna reach back behind you, right? So you're opening up your chest towards the left side of the room. Now you don't have to keep that arm like reaching out in space, right? You can drop it down so it's resting on your right thigh or your right glute, or you can wrap it behind your back. But keep that chest opening up to the left. Two more breaths here. Now, unwind that left arm, bring it back to the mat, right? Put your left foot flat on the ground if you have it. If you're up on that knife edge, and then just gently turn those left toes back towards the front of the room. All right, from here, we're gonna come to that half pyramid. So now, you're gonna let your left leg straighten, let your left toes slip up off the mat. You can adjust with your hands, maybe they stay where they are, maybe they walk back. I have to walk back, ooh, this leg is a lot tighter than the other one. Right? For a lot of us, we're gonna find that our left leg is tighter. You want to feel it right through the hamstring. That's where I'm feeling it for sure on this side. Right? And that's what we want, we want that sensation. The more you push your right hip down towards your right heel, the more sensation you're going to feel. But you don't want to sit all the way down on your heel. And you don't even need to go as low as you did on the right side. If you're feeling more sensation, a little faster like I am, right? Maybe you don't go as low on this side. Maybe you have more space here and you go a little lower, right? It doesn't have to look exactly the same as it did on the other side. But I want you to still feel that sensation in your left hamstring. And when you're ready here, bend back into your left knee. Right, so bring your hands back inside your left foot. Now you're gonna move that hand to the outside of your left foot. And again, we're gonna come into pigeon or deer here, right? I'm gonna walk you into pigeon, but know that you have the opportunity to turn into deer at any time, right? You're just walking those left toes over toward your right wrist. And then from there, you gotta lean a little bit to the left so you can get that left knee to come all the way down. And then you're gonna tuck your right toes under. So to walk your right knee back even further so that your right hip comes towards your left heel, right? That's pigeon. Push up, and then maybe you come down to your forearms, maybe you come down to your chest, maybe you stay on your palms. If you need it to be deer, right? You're gonna let that left hip come all the way to the ground, so you just keep leaning to the left. And then from there, you pull that right knee in against the sole of your left foot. Now, if you're in deer, it's important, you gotta find the line of your left shin, right? A lot of times, I see people doing deer like this with their hands on either side of their left leg, right? That's not deer, that's a twist. It's kind of a half twist, right? You're gonna commit, bring your hands in between your left knee and your left ankle so that you can walk your chest right over your left shin. And again, you can drop down to your forearms if you have a block, maybe your elbows land on a block, right? You can stay up on your palms if that's as deep as your body allows you to go. You can come down to your chest and your head if your body allows you to go that low, right? All of this is true for pigeon or deer, whichever version you're in. I want you to feel that sensation in the left hip. As long as you got that going on, you're doing the right thing in this pose. Do about 4 more breaths here. And everybody's gonna come back up to their palms, right, whether you're in pigeon or deer. Just really press those palms into the mat. Push your chest through, take your chin and your gaze up. And let yourself come back down. Now everybody's gonna drop to that left hip. You're gonna swing your legs around in front of you. We're gonna lay down on our back for this last yin pose. So bring your toes to the very top of your mat with your knees up to the sky. Right, you want space back behind you so your head, hips, and shoulders are all gonna land on the mat as we lay down on our back. Take your arms out long, tuck your chin, let yourself round out because that protects your back as you slowly place yourself down on the mat. All right, we're gonna come into a reclining bound ankle here, right? That just means you're gonna let the soles of your feet come together, let both knees come out to the side. This is a reclining bound ankle, what I'm doing right now, right? My feet are pretty far away from me, my knees are falling out, my soles of my feet are touching, my hands are right by my sides. There's lots of ways to make it more or less intense. You can keep your hands at your sides, you can rest them on your belly. You can take your hands and press down on your inner thighs, your knees with your hands. That makes it more intense in the legs. If you want that, go for it. If maybe you want to stretch out your upper body a little bit more tonight, you take your arms, reach them up overhead, reach your fingertips towards the back of the room. If that feels good, go for it. If you need more in your legs, right, you can always pull your heels in closer to your body. The more you pull those heels in, the more sensation you're going to feel in your legs. If you need to back it off a little bit, maybe push your feet further away from your body, right? Make more of a diamond shape. So find your spot here. I'll give you another minute just to enjoy it. Just hanging out right here in your reclining bound ankle. It should feel good. Knock it off if you need to. Make it more intense if you need to. breaths here. When you're ready, pull your knees back together. Give them one more hug into your chest, right? Just like we did at the beginning of class. And then from there, we're just going to take one last little twist here. Not going to stay for long, right? Just finish off with that twist. Let both arms go out to a T. Drop your knees over to the right. Take your chin, your gaze over your left shoulder. If you want to change this twist up in any way, go for it. Right? You can press down on your knees or extend your legs. Or you take that right foot and press on top of the left. Make sure you're keeping that left shoulder anchored, that you're looking over your left shoulder. Now, bring those knees back up to center here, and then drop them to the left as you look to the right. Same thing, if you want to make the twist different, you can, or you can just stay where you are. I'm just finishing off this twist to seal off our practice. Let your body remember everything it did tonight, so next time we can practice and go everywhere easier and deeper. Pull your knees back up to center here. Give them that one final hug into your chest. All right. And let's set up for our final pose, our Shavasana. You're going to let your legs go long. Take your hands to your sides. This is your traditional Shavasana. Flat on your back. You don't have to stay here if it's not what's comfortable to you. Maybe you bend your knees. You can butterfly them again, like we just did, right? You do the opposite of that. Let your knees fall in against each other. Take your feet a little wider. Right? Maybe roll to your side. Roll to your belly. You can sit up. Right? Just find somewhere to be where you're perfectly comfortable. Where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still. Where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. So I'm going to come around. Give you guys a little spray if you're here in the studio. Spray. Some salt on your towel. I'll bring you one. Take that towel, put it over your eyes. If you're at home and you have a little towel, or it says you're not, put it over your eyes so you can withdraw from your senses. If you don't, just close your eyes. Sense withdrawal is one of the points of Shavasana. Right? That might sound counterintuitive since I just put nice smelling spray on all the towels and we've got the lights down and the soft music. Right? All of that is not to heighten your senses. It's to allow you to withdraw a little bit more from your senses. A little bit further back. A little bit more within. Right? The lights are low. Nice smelling, the music soft, easier to withdraw from your senses and not pay attention to any of that, right? That's what we want. If you're truly, truly in Shavasana though, right? You're in a place where it doesn't matter if I turn on every light, if I crank the music up to 11, if there was something really bad smelling on your towel, right? You notice these things. Be in a place where it didn't matter. You know it's not anything that you have to pay attention to. It's impossible to turn off our senses. They're our warning system. They tell us what's going on in our environment. But we can train ourselves to where we don't have to react to every piece of sensory input that they send to us. Know that you're in a place. It's quiet, it's safe. Whatever your senses are telling you, it doesn't matter right now. You can master that, right? That's when you can code always to that true quiet of the mind, whether you're in yoga class, you're in the dentist chair, or you're just running around your daily life. Now slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with a quiet mind. If you want to here, you can take your arms overhead and do a nice full, deep body stretch. And from there, roll over onto your right side in fetal position. Just take a couple breaths right there to reacclimate to our space. Let the sights, the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right there. When you're ready, only when you're ready. Push yourself up to seated, and we'll close here. All right, so we're gonna close just with our two Mari breaths, and then an Om. The Mari breath, we inhale as we exhale. Make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in the breaths, or you can just listen. Let's close our eyes here, though. We'll inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time and Om. Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this evening. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right. If you need some more again, Angie's here tomorrow morning at 9, so come join her. I'll be back Saturday morning with some slow flow. I'm going on a little adventure Friday night, so I'm going to need your energy on Saturday morning and a lot of coffee to get through. So I will see you guys all on Saturday, okay? You have a great rest of your week. Bye.